Hey folks, it's Borders Dude here. This is my TFNation thoughts. Before I start, thank you very much to all the new people that subscribe to me, usually over the course of the TFNation event. I do appreciate it. Hello, and welcome to my channel, and anyone else who has subscribed as well recently, thank you very much. It does mean quite a lot. With Evo Changer, myself and Craggy at the Birmingham International, made our way to the Hilton Hotel, got our TFNation staff, got checked in. I headed straight towards the TF UK panel to pick up my TF UK shirt and also listen to the panel. And the guys that run it, they are really friendly and they are quite fair when it comes to vetting new people, dealing with issues. Some of the funny issues they came across, some of the sad issues they came across as well, were quite interesting. Later on in the evening, after the panel, I met up with Dorian, Ben Waspshop and John, Ben and Dorian's friend, and it was really good to see them. We and a few others went to Gourmet Burger. We had to split up because they couldn't fit us all in a table because it was dead busy, as you can imagine. It was a Friday night, everybody was coming to TFNation, so had a really good chat with Dorian, and went back to the hotel room because Dorian had something to give me. He's been trying to get this to me throughout the course of the year, but things keep coming up, like new jobs and stuff for him. So he brought to TFNation, and it was this lovely Ultra Magnus statue. It's absolutely brilliant. I've not got it out on display yet, so I want to make sure I've got enough space for it so it doesn't get smashed or fall. He will be going with the Ultra Magnus shelf, and probably pride of place as well. I'm dead chuffed to get this. And thank you very much, Dorian. I really do appreciate the gift. Yeah, so sort of after that I met up with Rich Zotrider and his friend James, Soundwave 1980, and to be honest, they're mostly the guys, as well as a couple others, Rudy and Ryan Ashley and Spoonertron, that spent most of the convention with, but I'll get to the other guys. So I'll get to them, eventually. We're just chatting, catching up, getting to know Soundwave 1980. Really sound guy, and it's nice to have people with a similar mindset coming to the convention. There's more people with a similar mindset to myself who enjoy the figures but aren't quite as passionate. I don't mean that in a bad way. I like my figures, I like some of the lore, but there are some people that are incredibly passionate about everything, but that's just not my personality, and it was nice to see people, and more people like that, chatting with them at TFNation. And that was pretty much it. We just really sat and had lots of drinks, and Saturday morning came. I met up with Evo Changer, Becca and a few others for breakfast. Sorry guys, I can't remember all your names, I do apologise. And it was really great to have breakfast with you, and they all sort of disappeared to do their own thing after breakfast, and I met up with Rich and James at the bar. Santiago Jones, looking rough as a badger's arse, came and joined us, and a few others. We eventually made our way to the dealer hall after it opened because there was nothing there that we're really desperate to get, so there was no point in rushing and having to deal with it, just standing in queue for a while. And to be fair, once the doors opened, we were pretty much in there within the space of a couple of minutes. TFNation crew are really good at letting people into the hall and doing it efficiently and safely, so hats off to them. The dealer hall was a bit manic. There'll be a picture at the end of this video just to show that on the Saturday, and obviously I'll go into my haul stuff at the end. So I've got a few nice things, but like I say, jumping ahead of myself. It was really just a case of going back and forward to the dealer hall during the day, sitting with loads of different people. I sat with the Collector 75 at one point, and we had a chat showing off one of the figures I bought, as well as TFR Wilderness, and a few other people. It was just sort of one of those things that you do. You just sort of sit at random places and have a chat. Had a couple of, I think they were Swedish kids, come up and have a look at one of the figures because they were very impressed. And yeah, it was really good. Met up with Rich, and Rudy came and joined us as well. Rich's friend from work, who started collecting Transformers. She's not really into the community as a whole yet, maybe not be after the things we were discussing, but it's all good. It's always good again to meet new people, and new people again with a similar mindset as myself, so I can only see that as a bonus. come Sunday, so sorry, I'm jumping the gun there. On the Saturday evening, myself and Rich, we went, and Ryan Ashley joined us, and we went to the cosplay contest. Really impressive stuff. I don't think the right people won, but that's my opinion. I wasn't a judge, so that's judges' decisions and stuff like that. We mainly went to support Soundwave 1980 as he was dressed as Cosmos, as well as Darkest Hour dressing as Vortex. But really impressive stuff. Really nice skills there. Even I don't get the whole humanized thing when it comes to the cosplay stuff, but some really clever ideas there, and you should all be very proud of yourselves there. It's so impressive. And of course, back to the bar where they set up for Stan Bush, and we were drinking away at the bar, which is quite funny, chatting away to a lot of people. We'd all got our own little group together, and when we went to go queue for Stan Bush, we realised the queue started at the bar, which was a bit of a shock, so we just pretty much let the queue go and joined it near the end. We did lose Rich for a few seconds. We did see him chatting to TFR Wilderness just in the queue, but then he came and met us when we were in the hall. The concert was great. I really liked the way they'd set it up. I thought it was done really well. No issues at all. Stan Bush on par, still the performer. No Bloodsport songs, which was a bit of a shame, but he did play something from Kickboxer, so that's always a bonus, and done a few encores as well. So there's videos out there of the concert. If you weren't there and couldn't make it, I'd advise you go at least watch some of it, because it was good. Once in a lifetime, probably, opportunity there, and it was brilliant. So that was pretty much a Saturday. Then went back to the bar, just had a few drinks, and then Sunday morning came around, and that's when I sat with Rich and James for breakfast, and Rich filmed me asking how I thought of the Hilton breakfast. If he puts that in his video, then you'll see it. If not, oh well, you had to be there to see it, but I'm sure he will put it in his thoughts and feelings video of TFNation. Again, it was just a case of the dealer room opened, went back in, got a few more things. I queued to meet Daniel Roiden. I don't know how to pronounce his surname, sorry. The guy who voiced RID Megatron, but more importantly, he played Turbo Man in Jingle All the Way, so I got my DVD signed and he personalised it saying, "To John, it's Turbo Time." Class guy. You can tell he's done the convention circuit for a long time. He had it nailed to a T, professional, friendly, called himself Dan, not Daniel, things like that. Brilliant. Got a picture of him, of course. Initially tried to queue for Stan Bush, and he was late down, and people already queuing, but we thought, we'll just leave that and come back. I saw Rich and James, but it became it was a bit disorganised in a sense, because they cut off the queue at the sort of queue section, if you like, the sort of barriers, because it was starting to block the entrance to the stage and stuff, which is fair enough. And we kept getting conflicting information. Rudy came and joined us as well, and we got told initially to come back at 12:30, which I did, and then there was another queue and a queue, and then we got told that it was closed and he may sign signatures after his panel, his presentation that he was doing. So came back at 3. I did actually, for the last hour and a bit, have to queue, but I did get to meet the man, and it was worth it. I would maybe suggest that next time, once TFNation has a really big must-see guest, that they're a little bit polite in the way they move the queue on, because some people, I understand, so for some people it is meeting their hero, especially in the Transformers fandom, but people were taking a heck of a lot of time, which was causing the queue to build up. It might be a case of that they have to sort of politely say, you can have a minute or a couple of minutes, get something signed, quick chat, picture, and move on, because if they get someone bigger than that, say a Frank Welker or a Neil Ross, it's going to cause them problems. But can't fault them. They did. The concern was one of the TFN volunteers said, because I was on the overflow queue again, that look, we can't guarantee you'll get to meet him now because he's going to sign till 4 o'clock. However, to their credit, the people that were already in the overflow queue, they must have cut it off at some point, and they made sure that everybody that was queuing there did get a signature with the man. And the poor man, he was absolutely shattered. You can see it in some of the pictures in the later stages of the signings, but he was absolutely polite and pleasant. And to have people like that in our Transformers fandom, and still there and still want to come and do these fan conventions no matter how tired they get, I really do appreciate it. And so unfortunately, because of the queuing, I missed Soundwave 1980 and James. However, sort of in between the sort of times of queuing, I'd met up with Dorian and Rudy, as well as Ben and John and a couple others, and we went to a secret place, we'll say, in the Hilton, which we'll keep a secret, where we had a nice just chat and a chill. It was a very calm, quiet, relaxed area, and I think we sort of decided that's going to be our go-to area a couple of times next time we're at the con all together. And so it was really good meeting new people at the convention. I've said that so often, in meeting old friends. So met up with Ben and John, Dale and Spoonertron in the evening, and we went back to Gourmet Burger on the Sunday. And again, can't fault it. It's a brilliant place. Do great onion rings as well. And really, Sunday night was pretty much getting over, and it was just the Sunday night's a bit of a sombre time, I would say. We were at the bar, just bring down a couple of our wares and sort of having them at the desk, having a little look at each figure and things like that. Had a chat with Bisto on the Sunday. It was all good, and ended the night chatting with Spoonertron and Darkest Hour, because I hadn't seen Darkest Hour all throughout the convention because she was busy with her cosplays and stuff like that. And that was pretty much it. Monday morning, ended up meeting Johnny for breakfast, Spoonertron again, and met up with Craggy at the end of the day, and we sat down with Wasp Shot, John and Dale. Evo Changer was there, so we had our farewells. We sort of, I'd say, it ended the way it started in terms of being with Craggy and Evo Changer. That was quite a nice way to end it. And got on the train, and I was first class on the way back, so thankfully that train journey was a lot more relaxed. There was no one else sitting across from me, which was nice, so I could stretch my legs. There was plenty of leg room, and glad I booked the first class ticket early, because they were wanting £300 for one, because I checked. So no wonder nobody was sitting beside me who hadn't pre-booked, because that's incredibly expensive for what first class is on a train. The final thoughts on the TFN convention. So first of all, met a lot of new people, as well as old and new people. There were a lot of people giving away really good things, but people I met there, if I have forgotten you, it's not anything personal. I'd spoken to quite a few people, some people's names I didn't get. So please, if you did meet me and you're watching this video, please do pop your name in the comments, because the more people I get to know, the better. So also met Rich, Soundwave 1980, Dale, Evo Changer, Craggy. Always seems to be in Craggy at the same train when we go down to TFNation, which is a good thing, very good thing. Of course, Dave, Menz, Emily, The Cull, Brad. I'd met John Knowles very, very quickly, Knowlesy. Collector 75, Wilderness. New people I'd met were Santiago Jones. I met him briefly last time I was there with Paul. Graham Thompson, always Inkybods on Twitter. Rudy, stand-up guy. So proud to meet Rudy. He does really good videos on his channel. You should check it out. I'll maybe post a link in the description if I remember, because it's become a very long video. And Ben, John, there's so many names I'm forgetting. Melris is the Collector 75, Wilderness. There's other people I met in the stand boost queue who don't do anything on social media, but it was good to have a chat with them. If you do see this video, please do comment, let me know. It was another Scottish guy, so it was always nice. There was a guy that came up to Rich while we were queuing in the stand boost queue originally at the start, who was really, really nice, but I'll leave Rich to tell that story, because that story is his to tell, and it was really good what that guy had done for Rich. In terms of being recognised, I was pretty much only recognised when Rich got recognised. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, I don't know. I'm sure it's a good thing. Rich is doing wonders to try and help promote my channel as well, so thank you very much for that, Rich. Like I say, I met loads of people this year. It was good. So the sort of whole event there, apart from the only thing that really sort of caused me a bit of problem was how the stand boost queue was handled. But like I say, it's third year for TFNation, they are learning, and this was I would say the really first big marquee guest that draws a crowd, and they knew it drew a crowd because they were expecting something like 200 extra. They got 400 extra, so having a marquee name brings more exposure, brings more people to the convention, and I think they'll certainly learn from how to handle the queues a bit better. Like I say, all they really need to do is just be, the TFNation volunteers just need to be polite and say, like, you've got something signed, you've had a very quick chat, have a picture if you wish, and then move on. The brilliant thing is, chances are you'll see that actor, that comic book artist, that musician at the bar through the night. And we've seen Stan Bush a couple of times in the bar, but we just left him be because that's his time. But he was more than happy to speak to fans. I know he was. A lot of the voice actors and comic book artists were as well. So there's always a chance if you do miss them, you might at least get a chat with them at the bar. One thing I'd certainly say I discovered about myself is that I don't like the single rooms in the Hilton, and I was very socially anxious quite a lot of the time and had to go to my room quite a bit. Whether that's because I didn't have a con buddy this year or not, I don't know. I got very anxious in the dealer hall room when it first opened because there was just so much going on. So that's something I really have to keep an eye on, whether it's social anxiety or just the fact I was in a known environment without any sort of buddy there to support on all the time. Rich and James were great. They probably got fed up with me by the end of the day, but by the end of the convention, but they did keep me sane, especially when I was ranting about things and maybe people, but I'll not go into that because I don't want to deposit I don't want to have anything negative to say about the convention in public. Those conversations are private, and that's where they'll certainly stay.